All right, it's 6:02. A couple minutes had passed, so let's officially start. Khadija, if you wouldn't mind. All right. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the HLNY's sponsorship info session. Thank you for joining us today. And before we begin, we just wanted to share with you some housekeeping items. Please mute your microphone if you're not speaking. Kindly save your questions for the end of the presentation. There will be a Q&A session at the end. And please note that this session will be recorded. On the next slide, our agenda for this info session, we will introduce the HLNY Executive Board and the committees, insights from overview of the HLNY's membership profile, voice from our existing partners. We will go over also the sponsorship offerings, the value proposition on why you partner with us, and of course, upcoming events and Q&A. The session today, tonight's information session will be hosted by yours truly, Carla Sison, and my co-chair, Jonathan Acevedo. We would like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude to our partners, for whom have been supporting HLNY for a number of years. Thank you so much for your unwavering support, and we truly appreciate each one of you. We would like to take a moment to introduce our amazing board members, board of directors, and the various committees they oversee. On the next slide, you will see the executive board, and I am delighted to introduce our president, Mr. Halim Kajizis, who will share his thoughts. Halim, please go ahead.
Thank you, Carla. Welcome everyone to our sponsorship info session. I'm thankful to everyone for taking time out of their day to learn more about the opportunities for our respective organizations to align and to continue to move healthcare forward. As president of HLNY, I view our chapter as more than a professional organization. We are a leadership community. We bring together clinicians, administrators, finance leaders, operators, strategists, people who are actively shaping healthcare across New York. For many of your organizations, your employees are already members of ACHE and HLNY. They attend our programs, volunteer on committees, they build peer networks, and continue developing as leaders. When they grow, your organizations benefit through stronger management capability, broader industry perspectives, and deeper engagement. That's just one side of our impact. The other side is this. HLNY convenes a highly engaged audience of healthcare decision makers. Our events create meaningful access to conversations that matter about strategy, operations, policy, innovation, workforce challenges, and the future of care delivery. For organizations in pharma, insurance, recruitment, consulting, and other healthcare adjacent industries, sponsorship is not about logo placement. It's about being present in a leadership environment where trust, credibility, and relationships are built over time. We see sponsorship as alignment, not transaction. Alignment with organizations that believe leadership development strengthens healthcare. Alignment with professionals who are serious about growth. Alignment with a community that values long-term relationships over short-term visibility. HLNY serves as a bridge between providers and partners, between emerging leaders and seasoned executives, between today's operational realities and tomorrow's strategic direction. Your involvement allows us to continue offering high-quality, accessible programming while also creating space for thoughtful connection across sectors of healthcare that don't always have the opportunity to sit in the same room. That cross-sector dialogue is powerful. Today, we're excited to share what's ahead, how we're thinking about engagement, and how we can create partnerships that feel intentional and mutually meaningful. Healthcare doesn't move forward in silos. It moves forward when providers, partners, and innovators are in conversation. If today sparks that sense of alignment, we're excited to build something meaningful together. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We look forward to the conversation. Turn it back over to our sponsorship co-chairs, Carla and Jonathan.
Thank you so much, Halim. That is wonderful. I am equally delighted to present to you our HLNY board members at large. We are fortunate that a few of them are actually here with us this evening, and I would like to invite with Ms. Cindy Louisma, the board member at large at the Hudson Valley, to please share your thoughts. Cindy, go ahead, please.
Thank you so much, Carla, for the introduction. Good evening, everyone. My name is Cindy Louisma, and I am the member at large for the Hudson Valley region and the liaison to the Chapter Board of Healthcare Leaders of New York. My role within HLNY is really to promote regional connections, drive membership, as well as your liaison to create a symbiotic relationship to ensure you stay informed about chapter initiatives, maximize your visibility with our members, and build a strong partnership. So, with that said, I am looking forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cindy. And now I'd like to introduce our New York City board member at large, Mr. EJ Imafiden. EJ, please go ahead and share your thoughts.
Yeah, thank you very much, Carla, for the introduction. So, good evening, everyone. My name is EJ Malfadon. I'm the board member at large for New York City region. I'm really excited to be here with everyone to discuss the sponsorship and looking forward to the presentation. As Halim and everyone has indicated, board membership, sponsorship, and healthcare leaders of New York really work together to try to make sure that the sponsorship that we gain from our sponsors are very important in the work that we do to make impact in the healthcare community. So I'm looking forward to the presentation. I'm super excited to continue to work and collaborate with our sponsors to provide some visibility within the healthcare leaders of New York and the community here at large. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, EJ. All right, so here you can see on the list here are the different committees and along with the chairs and vice chairs and their email addresses. So please feel free to reach out if you have an interest in being a member or if you wanted to reach out to the respective committee. We would also like to acknowledge and present to you the sponsorship committee members that we have. We have Khadija, we have Areli, we have Dom, and of course, Monia on the line. And now I would like to pass this over to my co-chair, Jonathan, to discuss what HLNY is all about.
Thank you, Carla. What does it mean to partner with HLNY? This year, our guiding theme is partnering through service, and that is truly at the heart of who we are. Healthcare Leaders of New York, HLNY, is the premier local chapter of the American College of Healthcare Executives, ACHE. We serve as your professional community, dedicated to advancing excellence in healthcare leadership and management. Our network includes over 2,000 healthcare executives across the New York market, spanning the New York City metropolitan area, Long Island, and Hudson Valley. Our members represent C-suite executives, vice presidents, directors, and emerging leaders from top-tier health systems, including Northwell Health, Mount Sinai, NYU Langone, Catholic Health, and Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, and many others. Now, turning over to the next slide, we'll take a closer look at our membership with more than 2,000 healthcare leaders broken down by title, membership type, organization, and location. Next slide. Looking first at our membership titles, as shown in the bar chart, the largest portion of our membership is made up of directors, followed by C-suite executives and vice presidents, who together represent nearly 40% of our overall network. These are key decision makers within health systems, exactly the leaders our sponsors aim to build relationships with as they make critical vendor and partnership decisions. In terms of membership type, members, ACHE fellows, and life fellows make up approximately 85% of HLNY. Students represent about 12%, rounding out well-balanced and diverse professional community. Next slide, please. Turning to our organizational and geographic breakdown, health systems and hospitals comprise the majority of our membership within the New York market. Geographically, almost 50% of our members are located at NYC metropolitan area, about 30% on Long Island, and roughly 20% in Hudson Valley. With that overview, I'll hand it back to Carla to introduce the voices of our existing partners.
Thank you, Jonathan. And I am so pleased to announce and in this segment that we have our esteemed partners with us who have consistently supported HLNY over the years. I am thrilled to welcome Ms. Allison Roditi. She is Vice President of Orthopedics at Catholic Health, and she will give her thoughts on why she is providing and backing HLNY as an organization. Allison, please join us.
Hi, Carla. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me tonight. So as a former president of past president of HLNY and someone who jumped in many years ago because I felt like I wasn't able to connect with our national chapter as much as I wanted to, I feel it's really important for organizations to back HLNY. I think for one aspect, we have such a rich healthcare community in our area, and HLNY covers such a large territory. We actually get, I think, such high quality networking, education, connections. And you can go to Congress next week, and I'm sure I will see many of your faces there. Um, and not meet nearly as many people as you would at one event at HLNY and get as much information as you would get at one event at HLNY. We have people from probably 8 major healthcare organizations in our area, all geographies, all titles, all stages of their career, people who have changed careers, come from different backgrounds. And I think that as an organization, what you get from sponsoring a group like HLNY is the ability for your employees to attend these events, to maybe get out there when they wouldn't normally have done it on their own, or maybe they're only thinking, oh, I'm a member of ACHE, I'll go once a year. They can go every month, sometimes twice in a month, to an event that HLNY is sponsoring. And if you are a sponsor, there's many opportunities, not only to showcase your employees, your organization, because just by nature of being involved with HLNY, they will tap you and your employees to be speakers, to help with events, maybe to volunteer and become part of the organization and get you right into the fabric of HLNY and what they're doing. I also think the networking is so invaluable. And we say this over and over again, but I have gotten, I think, one job, which was my first one, and that was through my fellowship, that was not part of my network. Every other role I've ever had in healthcare was because of my network, and most of those people had some tie to HLNY or an organization that sponsored HLNY. And so I think that in and of itself, the value of being able to be connected to an organization when you are either looking to hire high quality employees at all levels, even clinicians. We've made a huge push in the last few years as an organization to get NPs, PAs, physical therapists, other occupations into HLNY and participating. And so that depth and breadth of talent that is at your fingertips as an organization who will sponsor HLNY is so incredibly, incredibly valuable. And then I think, HLNY has a unique position with our national chapter at ACHE because we are such a large chapter. I'm sure Halim has the latest stats, but we've always been one of the largest, if not the largest chapter in the country. So as a sponsoring organization, your visibility, not only at our local level, but at our national level, is just elevated that much more. I can't even tell you. So Catholic Health is a new sponsor to HLNY this past year, and we will be re-upping our sponsorship for the next year. I've already talked to the powers that be, and I'm really excited about that. It's a source of pride for me to see my organization's name up on that sponsorship banner. It means I can get more people from my organization engaged in many different ways. We have a women's leadership program at Catholic Health, and we have now brought groups of them to several events. We're planning on doing so throughout the year, and I can't even tell you how excited they are. The buzz around my organization now, around HLNY, people are like, wait, what is this organization? Why haven't we heard of it? And we then talk to them about what it means to be a member of HLNY, a member of ACHE. Maybe you want to become a fellow of ACHE. So these are all things that will really benefit not just your employees in a very personal way, but your organization. And I think having employees that will come to events also gives your organization the ability to develop your talent pool and offer education that maybe you as an organization can't necessarily offer to everyone. But partnering with HLNY expands that horizon so incredibly. So I think it's a worthwhile investment. I think anyone can be a sponsor, even if you start as, I don't know the levels anymore. There's so many more than when I was involved, but start at a lower level and test the waters, dip your toe in, see what you get. And then you'll realize that the higher the sponsorship level, the more you will get from the organization, from HLNY, and go from there. But I say give it a try. And I know in these economic times, it's really tough to convince people to do this, but talk to any one of us who sponsor this amazing organization, and you will hear the same thing, that it is a completely worthwhile investment. Just think about, even if you had to send 10 employees to Congress and you were paying for it, what that would cost versus the cost of maybe sponsoring HLNY at any of the levels. So I think you get a lot of bang for your buck.
Thank you so much, Allison. Very well said. We appreciate your remarks.
My
And
pleasure.
now, thank you, Allison. Now let's welcome Mr. Nick Billas. He is Assistant Vice President of Patient Financial Experience at the Hospital for Special Surgery. Although he cannot be with us in person this evening, he has kindly provided a video testimonial explaining the significance of why they are supporting HLNY.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nicholas Vilas, Assistant Vice President for Patient Financial Experience at HSS, a proud platinum sponsor of Healthcare Leaders in New York. My connection to HLNY isn't transactional. It's actually personal. I've had the distinct privilege of serving this community as past president, and I'm honored to continue that mission today through the HLNY Foundation. I've spent a lot of time thinking about why I'm still so driven to serve this organization. The conclusion I keep coming back to is simple. I am a product of its impact. HLNY didn't just offer me a network. It actively shaped the trajectory of my career and the careers of countless colleagues I know. It gave me a platform to grow, to lead, and to navigate the ever-changing healthcare landscape. As past president, inaugural chair of the foundation, I want to make a special plea for what your partnership truly supports. Beyond the networking, you're fueling the pipeline of future leadership. Through HLNY and the foundation, we provide professional development and networking, scholarships, mentorship, and critical resources to the current and next generation of executives. When you partner with us, you aren't just gaining visibility. You're making a direct investment in the future of healthcare in New York. You're helping us build the leaders who will shape tomorrow. For our sponsors, the value is twofold. You get active engagement with today's decision makers and the legacy of supporting tomorrow's talent. You gain access to high-level networking, professional development for your staff, and organic brand growth you simply can't find elsewhere. If you want to embed your organization in the New York healthcare space, there is no better partner than HLNY. Join us, support HLNY, and let's make an impact in the landscape ahead together.
All right. Thank you so much, Nick. And our next partner who you'll hear from is Dr. Carolyn Pogge. She is the MSHA Program Director at Fordham University. Unfortunately, she's also not available for us to be in person. However, she had provided a video testimonial to share her thoughts for us to enjoy.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Caroline Pogge, Fordham University's MSHA Program Director and an ACHE member since 1998. As a healthcare administrator, I recognize the value of professional development and belonging to organizations such as ACHE and HNLY. These memberships are critical for healthcare leadership development and particularly for early careers who have found HNLY's network invaluable to their own growth. HLNY events have provided my students with an unmatched ability to learn and network with both emerging and established healthcare leaders from across New York. Funding in academia, similar to healthcare, is scarce and must be thoughtfully spent. But it was easy for Fordham's MSHA program to decide to sponsor HLNY, as it supports our students' both professional growth and cultivating long-term career support through regional mixers, educational events, and other social networking events. Partnering with HLNY was the right decision for us, both as healthcare leaders and particularly as members of the New York healthcare community. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you to all our partners. To Allison, thank you for your kind words. To Nick and to Dr. Pogi, thank you so much. And now I'd like to pass this to my co-chair, the floor to my co-chair to discuss the annual sponsorship offerings.
Thank you, Carla. Our annual sponsorship cycle runs from June 1st, 2026 this year through May 31st, 2027 of next year. We offer 4 tiers of sponsorship: Diamond, Platinum, Gold, and Silver, with benefits expanding at each level. Sponsors receive a variety of benefits, including those complimentary tickets to HLNY's signature events. For example, let's look at the Platinum level tier. Sponsors receive tickets to our highly anticipated annual gala held at the Glen Island Harbor Club in New Rochelle. This event draws senior leaders and C-suite executives from across all major health systems, precisely the individuals our partners seek to engage and collaborate with. Platinum sponsors also receive extensive brand visibility through printed and digital event material banners, the HLNY website, and a full-page advertisement in our digital ad journal at the gala. Tickets to other signature events include Cocktails with the Chiefs, featuring networking and a panel with C-suite leaders across the region, Better Together, a collaborative leadership event with organizations such as National Association of Latino Healthcare Executives, also known as NALI, and the National Association of Health Service Executives, NASI. So you're not only getting HLNY members in the room, but our collective members with our partner organizations as well. Mini Congress on October 22nd at the New York Academy of Medicine, where senior leadership and C-suite executives lead 3 dynamic panels focused on critical healthcare industry topics. These events position our sponsors at the forefront of high-impact conversations, connecting them directly with influential change makers and industry decision makers. Additional sponsorship benefits include brand promotion through HLNY's marketing network, including LinkedIn, where we have over 12,000 followers, and our email newsletter to all of our members. Opportunities of thought leadership content, such as sharing white papers and podcasts, amplifying your organization's expertise to our executive audience. Participation as a panelist during virtual or in-person programs, further establishing your brand as a strategic collaborator in the New York healthcare landscape. At the Platinum and Diamond tiers, the opportunity to co-host a private small group dinner with a curated audience of your choosing within our membership, featuring a topic aligned with their priorities. We also offer academic sponsorship package, which we're happy to review with our academic partners during a follow-up call. With that, I'll now turn it over to my co-chair Carla to walk through the full value and impact of partnering with HLNY.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. Now that you've heard the various sponsorship offerings that we have, I just wanted to for you all to focus on the purpose of our gathering tonight. Why partner with us? Why partner with HLNY? As we review this slide, I want to emphasize that partnering with HLNY is not merely a line item in your marketing budget. It represents a strategic investment in your market share within New York, as you've heard from Allison as well as from Dick and also from Dr. Pogi. HLNY offers a neutral ground that allows you to evolve from being a vendor to becoming a respected peer. By engaging with us, you're not simply purchasing impressions. You are gaining access to key players in the New York healthcare system. Whether you're addressing staffing crisis or working with us to close health equity gaps, your participation conveys a strong message to every CEOs and healthcare executives in the region that you're not only present in the market, but also committed to its future. On the next slide, we wanted you to know that we're not merely asking for your financial support. We value your insight. We value your perspectives. That's where the true return on investment lies. In the city like New York, The professional capital is one of the price assets we possess. You've heard from Allison about the value of networking. Sponsoring HLNY goes beyond writing a check. It's a valuable investment. Consider it as an enhancement to your brand reputation. HLNY provides the platform. You, our sponsors, provide the expertise. Together, we drive the conversation in the New York market. With over 2,000 members, established C-suite relationships, and accredited educational sessions, we have the infrastructure in place. However, the real ROI for your organization emerges when you actually integrate your experts into that system. When your leaders lead a workshop or participate as a panel, either on like the future of AI, you transition for being a vendor to becoming a consultant or a peer. On the next slide, we invite you to transition from a service provider to a community stakeholder. Our sponsorship committee is ready to help you align your organizational goals with our executive programming. We would like in the New York market, providers operate on a transactional level. And you've heard that from our president, Halim. The stakeholders are the bedrock of our community. Stakeholders are the individuals we turn to when we face substantial challenges. The 2006 2026-2027 activation period kicks off on June 1st. Please scan the QR code now to express your interest or contact us directly if via email. Let's initiate the conversation today and enhance your presence in the world's leading healthcare city. I will hand this over to Jonathan, who will discuss the upcoming events.
Thank you, Carla. All right, so we have really exciting signature events coming up. The first is the Cocktails with the Chiefs, our 19th annual Cocktails with the Chiefs event on April 21st. It's being held by one of our sponsors, Fordham University. We're very excited about that right here in Midtown West Manhattan near Columbus Circle. And to kick off our sponsorship year, we have our June 30th event, our 2026 annual gala and awards presentation event being held at Glen Island Harbor Club. Again, one of our most largest, well-attended events by healthcare executives and leadership. On July 21st, we have our HLNY's 14th annual Past Presidents Boat Cruise, honoring all of our past presidents, including Allison and our very own Darren Dioraj, who's on our call today as well. And it'll be held on July 21st at Pier 61 Chelsea Piers. We also have our upcoming 10th annual mini Congress at the New York Academy of Medicine on October 22nd, 2026, which will feature 3 panels from our healthcare executives, including our C-suite and our partners within sponsorship as well. All right, next slide. Now we'll open the floor for questions and answers. Please feel free to speak up, raise your hand in the participants menu and we'll look out for you, or type in the questions in the chat. Khadija will be monitoring the chat for any questions.
Regina raised your hand. Regina, please feel free to unmute your mic.
Yes, this sponsorship, I'm very interested. Now the question is like, so does it start from June 30th this year to the following June 29th? Is that how it works?
No, actually it's June 1st of
Okay.
2026 until May 31st of 2027. That's
Oh,
our
okay.
activation period. Yes.
Okay, that's great. Yes. In fact,
Yes.
I'm going to have a separate meeting with Jonathan after this because I'm very interested in becoming one of the sponsors.
Oh, thank you so much, Regina. Nice seeing you again.
Yeah, exactly. Same here, Carla. Thank you. And same with Halim. It's great to see you again. And
All
Jonathan,
right.
it's a pleasure to meet you.
All right.
Pleasure. It's our pleasure. Yes.
Any other question from the group? If you don't want to say, you can also type in your question in the chat. We are looking at the chat if there are any questions, or feel free to unmute your mic. Right, I don't see any other questions. So I just wanted to thank you all for your attention and questions. I thank you, Regina, for the lone question that we have for tonight. We just wanted to leave you with in the next slide. Khadija, if you can please turn the slide. We just wanted to leave you that HLNY represents a distinctive convergence of both public and private sectors in the New York healthcare market coming together to tackle common challenges. We connect the insights of experienced C-suite executives with the innovative viewpoints of our students and early career members. By supporting us, HLNY, you are endorsing ACHE standards of management excellence. Our hospital remains safe, efficient, and equitable. Healthcare leaders of New York, where the region's decisions are discussed and its leaders are developed. Scan the QR code today, arrange a brief call with us, and explore how you can help and sponsor and explore the sponsorship opportunities. Thank you so much again for your time. On behalf of my co-chair, Jonathan, the HLNY board members at large, thank you all for your time tonight. We appreciate it. Have a great and wonderful evening.